Hey, Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today was Friday, February 23rd, 2018. Hey, man, I'm glad that I took the $1,000 off the table in the funded account and took that money. Um, I could see that I was struggling, and honestly, what I'm struggling with, even to the day, is the long side of the market. I don't have faith and confidence in any up move because of lots of different factors. But that is up in here in my head. It's not what the market shows, though. The market's showing, and like if you watch that video from yesterday about, I think from the 31 mark and on, I talk about some of the problems that I've been experiencing uh, inside of taking too many trades on, not allowing, a signal to come into the market before I get involved in it. I can go over and over and over different things. What I'm confident about is if the market's trading between the pivot point and S1, I'm good on the short side with lower highs. When we get those higher highs going, or a kind of a gyrating market, it makes it tougher to get into a solid setup today. Um, And in fact, the long signal that did come into the market, the red bar that shows up, comes on an up move. Very seldomly do you, it happens though. I see these, it went up to, I think at the time that I was looking at was 62.93, and then it sold off for a little bit. Then it kind of hung out in that area, and then it started moving up over. It took a while. It took actually 5 cracks at the 6,300 level before it to be able to break out of it. And when it did, there was a high blue bar volume that came in, and the market, I think it went up to a high of, I think it's around 63.33. I think that's the high of the market right now. Let me look. Yeah, 63.33. Um, I've it's close. I feel like I'm that far away and of being able to understand how I want to approach the long side of the market. Honestly, why I don't like trading long is because of all the backfilling that the market does. Um, it's extremely tough to get positioned on a long signal more times than not because the market has a tendency to backfill, backfill, backfill. So then it comes down to how far do you have your stop against your entry point? Now, do I run with a 1P, I mean a 1R stop against every long setup that I put in? I mean, that means I could be risking up to 20 ticks in any long signal where I'm only risking like 10 to 12 on a short signal. That's the difference between getting into a long or a short right now. I mean, and that's been half of my problem itself is that I can't justify myself. If I ran with a 10 tick stop today on the longs, I probably would have got stopped out 3 or 4 times and before it made that move. So um, you deal with what you deal with within the combine, the 30,000 combine, in the $500 or 50 tick stop loss. With max daily loss, you deal with those issues. Those are the issues that you got to deal with. And so that means you've got to have less trade setups or better trade setups or a combination of both of them. So, and when it comes to the long side, I've got to have a good trade setup for me to feel confident in it. And I just have not, I just don't see solid long setups that often. I mean, even today when I was looking at it, I thought 81 looked a decent long setup, but once it got up over, um, went up over 63.04 or something and came back down, I figured if it got back up over 62.99 at that point, after it had been there 3 or 4 times, that to catch that move right there is what I caught. I caught that move, and um, those easy trading days are tough. I mean, excuse me, easy trading days are few and far between, and these days like today are make you question everything that you do. And that's not that I'm a bad trader, because I don't feel that I'm trading poorly. I'm just trying to trade inside the rules at Top Step Trader, and trying to figure out if last couple of combines, I've been trying to figure out how can I trade 2 contracts inside of that. And honestly, I'm going to say 80 to 90% of the time, you shouldn't be trading 2 contracts in a $30,000 account. You should be just trading one. Um, it just doesn't make sense. It's you compound your losses very quickly. And if your initial trade entry is incorrect, and then you try to double up on that, I mean, you're easily sitting at -30 before usually that first half hour of trading's done. So there's a lot of days where I might be down -20 on a good day, and then get that third trade and get out of the hole. So on trading the short side, but so I've got to be a better overall trader as far as entry points. I've got Larry Williams back in the day would talk about how he got over the fear of pushing the button and getting into trades. And basically he went to the blackjack table and just had played hand after hand after hand after hand. Didn't care if he won or lost. He was just playing hand after hand after hand to get himself into the thought process that it didn't matter the result. It was just trying to get over a fear of doing something. I don't have a fear of pushing a button. In fact, I should have a little bit more of a fear of pushing that button. Maybe that's the issue that that initial entry where I say that I can be it's my discretion for that first entry. Well, that discretion needs to be a little bit tighter, because unfortunately what happens on days that I lose, a lot of the days that I lose, is that discretionary first trade puts me in the hole, and it puts me behind the 8 ball to start, where I could have stayed out of it, waited, and then made a better informed decision. Because you just don't know. Once you start down a road, sometimes it's hard to take that fork in the road when it's available to you, or sometimes you just don't see it because your mind is blinded, because you've seen one thing and you believe that thing. And when you believe in that, it's hard to see the other side of it. At least it is for me. I don't know how it is with you, but that's how it is with me. So I need more red days on the daily charts, right? I need to see some red days, and I'll get out of the combine. But I want to be able to trade the days that go green, the black days that move up. So, and if that's what you want to know, I have my daily chart. Red is down and black is up. So I want to see. I know that I can trade those red days. I need to start learning how to trade those black days when the market wants to go up. So I'm at the drawing board. I'll continue to be at the drawing board until I figure this and I'll leave you with this thought, because this is the last thought that I want to talk about. It's it's putting pieces of a puzzle together sometimes. At least that's how I'm looking at it. I mean, I like doing puzzles. Puzzles are kind of cool, and I don't like doing over 1,000 piece puzzles, but you know, I enjoy at times getting my puzzle mat out and putting a puzzle down on the table and just working through it, and just enjoy that relaxation that comes with that. I think what I need to be is I need to be relaxed on the long side. I get stressed out trying to be on the long, that I don't allow when I am in a long, I don't give it a lot of room And alongside trade, until you see something on the short side that makes you think maybe the top's in, because what's happened, when I was trading longs before, you'd get in it and then all of a sudden you'd see something and zoom, it'd shoot right on down. You think, what the, because you're like sitting 50, 60 ticks up and then it comes straight down and knock you out with like a 3 tick gain. I would get so upset and so pissed off that I had 60 ticks or 50 ticks or 40 ticks on the table, and then I'd get knocked out with a +2. And I thought that's what led to me learning how to trade the short side, because I would see that kind of bullshit movement going on where, I would say, wow, I've got 20, 40, and then, but until you actually physically get out of the trade, you're in it. It doesn't matter where, I'm $600 up, but if you close that sucker out at +2, well, you know what? You're only $20 up. You're not 600. You're 20, because until you close that trade out, it doesn't matter what it says on the screen itself. It's only when you, and I would never, and we know this, we know the market falls about 3 times faster than it goes up. It struggles lots of times to go up. And you think to yourself, man, that's just setting up to go short. And so I got good at seeing when the market's struggling to go up, that boom, what can't go up must come down. Obviously, must is a word that we don't want to use, but what's struggling to get up has a good tendency that it's going to come down. And that's why I became a very good short side trader. Um, I'll continue to work and I got to get to the point where I'm 50-50 on the long. To be able to see it and trade it and then still remain extremely aggressive on the short side, I believe that's where my happy medium is going to be. So that's my thought process today. Dave Knight here on a Friday. I hope you had a great trading week. I struggled this week. This week was difficult for me because I've been trying to figure out how to trade on the long side again. And honestly, I didn't have a good week trying to figure all this out in a live real market. But those that can trade it, God bless you. You know, I need some more red days, but I'd like to see some more black days and get better at the long side, and then feel like, wow, okay, now I figured that piece. So the piece of the puzzle that I'm trying to put together right now, that corner piece or whatever you want to say, I got 3 corners in. That last corner piece is to be able to take that long side of the market on and feel confident in my entry point, that it's a valid entry point, and have the balls to hold it. All right, that's it. Talk to you on the next video. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video that I put together, most likely Monday of next week. See you soon. Bye now.